What's up, y'all? I'm Kara Whitfield. Welcome to Kara Speaks, where faith, healing, and real conversations meet. I am a speaker as well as author of the book, Healing Cost Me Everything. That's available right now on Amazon.com. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's build a community. Hey, y'all. This is Kara Speaks. I'm so glad that you are back. I hope y'all been enjoying these episodes because I've really been enjoying doing them. It's kind of like a diary for me, but for the public. And I just really hope that it resonates with you. But today we are going to talk about Black women and friendships. You know, before we even learn how to love romantically, before we learn how to mother, how to lead, we found that Black women were our first safe space. We grow up sharing so much with each other as friends. Graduations, career changes, marriages, motherhood, surgeries, health scares, triumphs. We share everything. I think Black female friendship is holy. It is the truest form of love. And I know that often we hear people say, oh, well, women can be so catty, Black women can't get along. There is a holiness, a spiritual sacredness that exists in Black female friendships. Something that it can't even really be explained unless you are a Black woman. You always hear, I've heard Black men say, there's nothing like being loved by a Black woman. And when you are surrounded by that, your entire life in your friendships, it changes you, it transforms you. And you have an expectation of that. And we should have an expectation to be loved like that by people we build relationships with. But because Black women love so deeply, it is a very unique love that is just not common amongst, people that are not us. There is this unspoken language, almost like a spiritual knowing that we have with one another. What's understood don't have to be explained. But because those friendships mean so much to us that when they rupture, we really don't know how to handle them. They cut deep, deeper than a lot of us would like to admit. Because we always say friendship breakups sometimes hurt worse than romantic breakups, but we don't talk about it enough. And why don't we talk about it? Why is that? Because what do we say to ourselves? It's just a friend. We just didn't work out. We try to minimize it, downplay and dismiss it because we don't feel safe enough to talk about the hurt that comes with friendship breakups. We don't talk about the grief that sits in your body after you're no longer friends with somebody that you poured so much into. We don't talk about the shame that comes with the rupture. We don't talk about the shame that we feel when it takes us a little bit too long to get over it. Say, well, why am I hurt by this? It's just a friend. It's not like it's a man, right? Because we're familiar with romantic breakups. We're familiar with being hurt by a man. We surround each other, and empathize with that. But when it's a friend, we don't really have the language for it. We don't really have people on platforms talking about the hurt that comes with friendship breakups. People really are not being vulnerable about it either. A lot of Black women did not grow up with emotionally present mothers, because that's where it all starts. When people say Black women are so catty, most Black women have a mother wound. Not all, but a lot. And because of that, our closest friends became the safe place that we needed, because we've never really felt seen growing up. So when you get around your, Black women who understand you and who see you, that feels good. You feel seen, heard, understood. And it's like, okay, this person is my sister. I feel a real sisterhood. So of course you're going to pour more into those friendships. Of course it's going to hurt more when it ends. Our friends are often the first women that we can actually practice vulnerability with. First place where we learn to be our full selves. If that ends, that's going to shake something in you. If you showing up as your whole self in a friendship and then it ends and you want to say, oh, it's no big deal. No, you're going to feel it. It's not just in our minds. It's not just in our hearts. It's in our nervous system. It shakes something in you. It breaks something in you. Not permanently, but temporarily so. But it could be permanent if we don't process it and heal from it. And I don't think that, we were really taught how to process platonic friendship, platonic breakups. I don't think so. I think that we don't have the words to, or the understanding and language to explain, like, why am I hurting so much from this? Why am I falling apart on the inside from somebody that I'm not romantically involved with? I have to get over it. We bury it, forget, I'm wounded, but I just want to forget about the wound until something presses up on that wound again and you feel it. But the hard truth is, if you don't deal with the wound, if you don't treat the wound, it's just going to follow you. And it's even going to follow you not only in friendships, but in your romantic relationships. And the way it shows up as anxiety, distrust, tension in your body, silence, resentment. A lot of us, we recycle friends so much and just cut things off and just leave too quickly without actually resolving the conflict or talking about why ruptures happen. Leaving feels safer than actually staying because it hurts too much and we don't know how to deal with it. I think a lot of friendship breakups happen not because that people, they don't love each other, they don't care about each other. We are not taught how to navigate conflict in friendships. More people are starting to talk about it now. Therapy has become, I don't want to say a trend, but it has become more so common amongst my generation and younger people as well. So of course we weren't taught how to navigate conflict in friendships because our parents and their parents, that's just not something that they did. They stayed, they stayed in toxic situations. They stayed in situations that weren't for them. They didn't choose themselves a lot. They abandoned themselves. And so we really did not have anything to model after. We had to create the blueprint. And so a lot of us are just navigating our friendships now and still just trying to figure it out. I personally just don't believe that many of us were taught to say in friendship, like, hey, this hurt me, I need reassurance. I feel unseen in this moment. Because it's like, why do I have to say that to a friend? It's just a friend. No, this is our friends are our soulmates. We should be able to tell our friends, like, hey, I'm overwhelmed. Can we talk? Like, this friendship is heavy for me right now. Or I love you. I appreciate you. Whatever it is, we should be able to say that. Instead, we withdraw and we learn to protect ourselves by lashing out. That's common. That's familiar. Because, Black women, we love hard, but we leave hard too. And that's what makes the heartbreak harder because it's real. Heartbreak is real. And a friendship heartbreak is real. So I wanted to talk about it in this episode because this episode is not about pointing fingers at your friends saying, oh, you did me wrong. No, episode is about creating a safe space for Black women to say how they feel when they have experienced a friendship rupture or whenever they feel, tension when they have conflict in a friendship. I want Black women to be able to have a safe place to say, you know what? Losing that friend hurt me more than I thought it would. And it's still hurting me more than I thought it would. And that's okay to say. That is okay to say. Because there are Black women right now who are dealing with friendship heartbreak that they had 10 years ago. You know why? Because they haven't dealt with it. They haven't dealt with why it happened. It doesn't mean that they need to reconcile. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they need to process and reflect on why it happened, why it hurt you so much. Acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge your emotions. It's okay to say, I miss the person that I no longer speak to, because we all want to act unbothered, right? Oh, I don't care. I don't care what they're doing, whatever. It don't matter to me. It's okay to say, I miss this person. It don't mean that y'all need to be in each other's lives no more, but you can say, I miss these things about this person. You can still remember the pain because we need to remember the pain, so we don't go back to what we used to be in. Pain is important for progress, as well as honesty. Honesty in saying that I'm healing from a friendship that I outgrew. There's no shame in that. There's no weakness in that. That is human. We are human. We have emotions. Just like we are hurt when a man breaks our heart, we are hurt when our girls break our hearts too. Because your friends can break your heart. Because once you name it, once you name the grief, you can heal from it. Take accountability without blaming yourself for what you didn't know. Without blaming yourself, well, I shouldn't have done that. If I hadn't done that, we'd probably still be friends. No, that's ruminating. We can acknowledge where we struggled without carrying the guilt of it, because guilt is not healthy. Shame is not healthy. You can recognize the other person's behavior without excusing their behavior. And after all of that, we can forgive. With reconciliation or without it. So when you step into new friendships, you can step into the friendships with clarity, with peace, with forgiveness in your heart, and openness. You'll be able to communicate better, saying, hey, these are my needs, these are my limits, and this is how I show love, this is how I receive love. Because you don't want to repeat old friendships, because a lot of these ruptures happen, not because, like I said, that you don't like each other. It's simply because of silence, lack of communicating what your needs are. And then you got these two black women who love each other but just don't know how to talk through those hard moments. That happens so often in friendship because black women, we do love each other. We love each other so much. We love each other so deep, but we just don't know how to talk to each other about how we hurt in friendships. We can tell each other, I love you, girl, you look cute, I like that outfit, you can do it, we can support each other and all this, but when it comes to telling each other that we're hurt, that's a hard thing to do. Why are we afraid to say it? Are we afraid that they're going to leave? Listen, sometimes the most healed thing that we can do is accept that a friendship has run its course. It's okay to say that. You know what? It's okay to say, because I'm not saying that all black female friendships are sustainable. Some of them need to end, and that's okay. But we need to be able to say, like, hey, I don't think this friendship is working, without bitterness, animosity, and any type of anger and resentment. Everything should be put out on the table so we don't carry those things into new friendships. There are a lot of people that are going to love us, a lot of people, but that does not mean that everybody's going to love us well. Even our friends that we love dearly. Some people are in our lives for a reason or a season. But those that are there for a season, you don't just cast them off as if they were bad people. You also have to honor what they offered you in that season. It's okay to say that as well. That is true healing. That is true emotional maturity. You can't say that even when you're no longer friends with somebody, even after the friendship breakup, you can't just say everything in that friendship was bad, because you know that would be a lie. You'd be lying to yourself. Honor them. What you gained in those friendships deserves to be honored. But black women, we deserve friendships that feel like rest too. We don't have to translate ourselves all the time. Everybody's not going to understand you, and that's okay. You're going to be misunderstood. But there are some friendships that just get it. They just get it. And those are the ones that we deserve to have. Those are the ones that I want us to nurture more. Be held in our joy and our strength and our resiliency and our weaknesses. Because I ain't going to always be the strong friend. I ain't going to always be the one that got it together. Some days I'm going to get it wrong. I'm imperfect. I'm going to need reassurance. And I want to be in a friendship where I can be held in all of the moments. Every conflict in a friendship does not have to mean the end. It can just be information and data. And then you both come to the table willing to grow and willing to not move past it, but move through it in love. And at the same time, like, keeping the Most High in it all. I don't want to miss that. Praying for your friends, praying for each other, making sure that whatever you do, that your heart and mind is aligned with what the Holy Spirit is telling you to do. Because if that's not aligned, your friendship not going to work, period. You got to have your own personal relationship so y'all can come back together and grow. It's the same thing with romantic relationships. All relationships got to start with having some type of foundation in the middle of it, some type of faith at the center. I said all that to say, if you are grieving a former friend, or if you are currently in a friendship where you might be having conflict, you might be afraid that you might lose this friend, and you might not know how to have the conversation, and you're afraid, and you're getting a little tense, and because you just don't know how to have that conversation with them, I want you to know this. You're not dramatic, you're not overreacting, and you are not alone. Black women feel things. We feel things, especially when it comes to friendship. Friendship breakups are real. The grief you feel is real. The hurt you feel is real. And take as much time as you need to heal from it. Don't let anybody rush you. Healing is not linear. Some days you'll be okay. Other days you'll get angry, or other days you'll be hurt, or you might cry. It's okay to cry about that girl. You loved her. It's okay. That was your friend. It might have been your best friend. You treated her like a sister. It's okay. It's fine. You can cry. If you're not in therapy, get therapy to talk about it. Black women, I want Black women to be able to say that this hurt me, but I am healing. Okay? And if you looking to reconcile, I want you to pray over what you want to say. Pray over what you feel. I don't want you to pray over what you want to say to smooth over the situation. Process what you feel first. Okay? Get to the underlying issue at why the friendship happened. Okay? Think about what you need. What are your core needs? And I want you to weigh that up against your friendship and say, do I get that in this friendship? Why was I hurt? Why did that friendship rupture affect me the way that it did? How does this person bring value to my life? You think about that first before you reach out. If you want to reach out, reach out. I'm not here to tell people what they should do. I'm not here to tell people to cut people off or reconcile people. I'm telling people to reflect honestly, to pray about it, to talk to your therapist about it, so you can get to a place where you are better, that benefits your well-being, and take accountability and feel your feelings. Feel your feelings. Move through the grief. Don't just try to bury it and suppress it, because your grief is real and you deserve to heal from it. You deserve to truly heal from it. Not to just move on, but to heal. Let's normalize giving Black women a safe space. Let's normalize. We need to give each other compassion. We need to give the same language to the emotions of friendship breakups that we do for romantic ones. Friendship, love is not secondary to romance. It's sacred. It's meaningful. It's just as important. And when Black women love each other, it's powerful. It's spiritual. And it's worth protecting with honesty, communication, and care. I'll see y'all next time. Stay faithful, stay healed, stay free.